Lastly, I'd like to invite up Atatin Tomyungal to share a few words.
Good morning. My name is Tommy. I'm the younger brother of Joey, or rather, I'm the only brother he has. We were pretty close in our ideas and behavior. That's probably because of his influence in my upbringing. He's actually more than 12 years older than me, and when I was growing up, he pretty much treated me like his own son. I was more scared of him than my own father. He was the one who sent me to the English medium school there and paid my fees, even though he did not make much those days. He was my mentor, confidant, and later became my card game partner and friend. Actually, I was the last family member to see him alive. It was a coincidence that one day he called me and said, "Hey, you're not doing anything in Chicago, why don't you come over? And if you don't want, that's fine too." Okay, I decided to make a trip there. So last Sunday, I went there, and in the evening, me, my brother, Jassy, Jeff, and the kids went for dinner. After the dinner, Jeff drove us to their home, and guess what we did? We played cards, his favorite entertainment. But this time, we were playing 28 with his grandkids, 10-year-old Nina and 6-year-old Devi. They know how to play the game pretty well. It was fun. On Monday, my brother and I went for a walk. He showed me his usual walking trails. We sat down for a while at the city square and visited his favorite restaurant, Chinese restaurant. As far as our families, the Metiparas and the Ratipulils are concerned, he was like a banyan tree, a giant person who sheltered us during our early days in the United States, gave us directions to get jobs, drove us when we did not have any cars, brought us essential stuff when we were all living in apartments, and so many things. My wife wrote a poem when we celebrated his 25th wedding anniversary. These few lines will summarize who he was to all of us. Let me recite those few lines. It's actually in Malayalam, so I don't know how to translate it. മെതിപ്പാറയാം കർമ്മവൃക്ഷത്തിൻ്റെ കാതലുറ്റ തായിയായി തീർന്നു നിങ്ങൾ. ശാഖകളായി ഞങ്ങൾ മുട്ടിട്ട നേരത്ത് ഹരിതാഭയിൽ തണലന്നേകിയില്ലേ. ഇന്നും ആ വൃക്ഷത്തണലിലണിയുമ്പോൾ ഒരു കുളിർമയുണരുന്നതറിയിച്ചോട്ടെ. Pretty much what I said, this means that he was like a giant tree who sheltered all of us, gave us direction, and protected us during our early times in the United States. That includes my sister-in-law too. She was also part of this caring. Actually, my job is to say thanks to all. Let me start with our Bishop Jacob, who was gracious enough to lead the wake services and wake services yesterday and prayed for my brother. And Father Thomas, our vicar, contacted me before I even got a chance to call him. I was actually, when I got a call from Jomi and Jassy, the initial responsibility was to find a funeral home so that they can work together to bring the body here. So while I was on the phone, Father Thomas called me. He offered me all his help and was willing to accommodate all our requests. Thank you, Father Thomas. I also want to thank Father Melvin, Father Kurian, Father Nicholas, who came from Virginia, and Father Paul for your presence and all your prayers. Then my cousin, Father Francis, is here. He was pretty close to my brother and pretty much used to call him very often. Thank you, Achan. Actually, he came with a beautiful couple who had met my brother a few times, and somehow they connected with each other. Thank you, Dan and Beth Brock. My sisters, Sister Doris and Jills, arrived here from India yesterday. Though I don't have to thank them, I think it was not easy for them to make this long distance travel in a very short time. I think I need to thank their mother superiors for letting them make this trip. Convey my thanks to them when you get back. And also at this point, at this moment, I would like to remember or thank one of my best friends, baby Joseph, who helped them to make the travel arrangements in Calcutta. So thank you, baby. See you next time when I come over. And I'm sure only one person missing among our siblings is our sister Lily. I'm sure she must be watching or joining us as we speak. I also have a nephew from Toronto who just spoke to you, Sriyant, and niece, his sister from New Zealand. Thank you, guys. Okay, also let me recognize Mathachan Chatan, who was our neighbor in Varakulam and my brother's close friend since childhood. And also Francie is from Florida, our back home neighbor. And also one of the persons my brother used to call or exchange their ideas. Francie, thank you for your presence. Okay, let me extend my special thanks to my friend Sarah's family members for their support and help, especially Kochumon Chorel, Johnny Vadakuncheri, Philip Pavatil. They took care of each and everything here in the church. Let me also thank Anian Chorel, Jos Kadavil, and Shabu, who helped me with many things in the church, what's going on here, or for the easy functioning of all the functions here. My thanks and appreciation for members of the Cosmopolitan Club. Many of them were present yesterday at the wake. My brother was a good 56 card game player and had attended many tournaments. Many members of the 56 card game members of the Chicago chapter came and paid their respects to my brother yesterday. Thank you, guys. Okay, let me thank Sarah and Josh from Borman Funeral Home. They were pretty helpful, very professional, and very approachable. Thank you, guys. Let me thank all my family and friends from India and elsewhere who called me and my other family members and consoled us at this time of sorrow. Anyway, we all appreciate your concerns and love which you all showed towards us. And also, lastly, I want to thank each and everyone present here and those who attended the wake services yesterday. Your presence and prayers mean much to us. I don't know if I missed anything. If I missed anything, I apologize. Again, thank you all.